Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator news and updates, and today we have World Update 9 price release information for the Phoenix A320, as well as some new aircraft that are hitting the simulator and some neat desktop controls. So stick around guys, and hopefully you'll find something that interests your flight simulation mind. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future updates and future guides that will be coming down the road. Link to Patreon can be found in the description below. Okay, so first up on the list obviously is World Update 9. With it came the improvements to both Italy and Malta. Tons of points of interest, tons of great photogrammetry that's been added to the simulator in these particular regions of the world, and they look completely amazing. Just absolutely stunned by the beauty and the architecture and all the different sites that have been added to these regions of the world for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Truly a pleasure to fly around yesterday and just do some sightseeing and scope things out. I really had a great time with it. My family is actually from Italy, Naples specifically, so it was kind of fun to just go tour around and see it as it would be in the real world. Now, with that being said, World Update 9 actually brought more improvements to the simulator, which is what I want to talk about. We had quite a few crash to desktop fixes, some overall improvement fixes. Although not much was mentioned in the patch notes specifically, there were definitely some changes that were mentioned, a couple of hot fixes and things that you want to be aware of. I will say that ever since the hotfix last week, my simulator is running absolutely amazing, and I get scared saying those words because I don't want to jinx it. My frame rates are through the freaking roof. The smoothness is absolutely phenomenal. I'm getting just crystal clear performance in the simulator lately. I haven't seen any stuttering, any weird artifacting, any shimmering. I haven't had any problems whatsoever since last week, and just the smoothness at which the simulator is operating is almost terrifying me. It's like, is this the calm before the storm? Because it has been the best I have ever seen the simulator behave, for me at least, on my end. Let me know down in the comments how you guys are doing since the latest hotfix. But I will, like I said, knock on wood, cross the fingers, cross the toes, whatever it is you have to do, and say that I am very thoroughly impressed with the way the simulator is performing in the last few days. And ever since yesterday's World Update, honestly, it seems to have gotten even better. My load times have increased dramatically, or decreased, I should say, excuse me. So anyway, hopefully this they got some things ironed out and things continue to operate like this. Even a lot of my mods and add-ons that were causing problems previously seem to have been resolved. This is actually one of the aircraft that was causing the problem for me last week. Every time I try to load the G36 improvement mod, it would dump the simulator, and then it just started working. So anyway, cross your fingers. Let me know how World Update 9 is going for you guys, and let me know some of your favorite places to fly in World Update 9. I'd really love to hear that down below. All right, and next up on the list, as you guys know, the NDA, or at least hopefully you know, the NDA, or non-disclosure agreement, has been lifted on the Phoenix A320, and we also have some price points. We know that it's going to be going for £49.99, so I believe, if memory serves, it's a little bit over $50 US, nothing too bad. I will definitely be picking it up, as I promised you guys when we first announced that the Phoenix A320 was on its way. I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that I am still going to be purchasing that. I want you guys to have that full comparison between the Flybywire A320 and the Phoenix A320. It is boasting 180 different liveries that are going to be coming with the aircraft. That's pretty impressive. That's a lot of liveries. As well as fully functional EFBs and all kinds of absolutely wonderful features that may not exist in the Flybywire A320. Now, I will admit it's absolutely an aircraft that I'm a little bit on the fence on. Now, that is not to say that Phoenix has not done a wonderful job with the aircraft. From what I have seen in all of the other content creations that are currently out there in regards to the aircraft, it is absolutely fantastic and does boast a few more features and a bit more realism than what is currently existent within side of the Flybywire A320. Now, the speculation was always going to be is how much different is it going to be than the Flybywire A320? Is it different enough where it is going to support the cost versus a freeware aircraft, and that's going to be the determining factor, right? That's what we're going to end up finding out. So as soon as the aircraft is released, I will be grabbing it for you guys. There are tons of great videos on YouTube currently about it. I highly recommend you guys check it out, and I guarantee you will notice some differences between it already and the Flybywire A320. So it's going to definitely be a battle of the Airbuses here coming up here. But I am still excited to fly. I am totally willing to absolutely purchase that aircraft and showcase it on the channel and give you guys my thoughts on it. So again, £49.99, and obviously taxes apply there as well. And hopefully we'll be seeing that aircraft very, very soon here on the channel. All right, moving on with our list, we have new aircrafts coming down the line here, and this one's quite interesting. The Black Square announces the Velocity XL from Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is an incredibly odd-looking aircraft. Actually, 1,000 of these things were produced. At first, I was thinking this was probably fictional and was a little blown away to find out that the aircraft actually made its way to the skies in 1986. This aircraft is extremely interesting. Check out some of the screenshots that are available for this thing. It is absolutely odd. No vertical stabilizers. In this case, we only have almost like a flying wing design, essentially is what it is. There you go. Look at that. How interesting is that? It's in the push configuration, elevators up front. Just absolutely weird. This aircraft, I think I'll actually be checking out. It's kind of one of those ones like, you know, you see it and you just have to say, all right, yeah, I'll try it. But I have to say the texturing and the modeling of the aircraft seem to be very, very well done. I like it. It's a sleek looking aircraft. Definitely has that 1980s look to it. Can't deny that at all. But very interesting looking aircraft. And again, with that more or less flying wing design, I'm kind of curious to see what the flight dynamics and the flight modeling is going to be like for the aircraft. As far as the pricing, I believe we do have it. Yep, 1999 euros. Not too bad. Oh, excuse me, pounds, I believe on that. So not too bad at all. Yeah, I'm willing to give it a shot for that price range. You know, the price point is right. The aircraft looks unique and fun. It boasts to be a very, very fast and very, very agile little aircraft. Here we go right here. This means the aircraft can fly fast, far, and high, giving it a performance edge over many of the turboprop aircraft. So, yeah, you've got my attention with this one. So, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below of this particular aircraft and whether or not you'll be picking it up. Another aircraft on its way to Microsoft Flight Simulator is FS Reborn announces the Sting S4. This aircraft comes with a rescue parachute. This is absolutely something that just took me by surprise when I first heard about it in the Cirrus aircraft. I didn't know it was actually a thing. I was blown away. I thought this was something that was like, you know, sort of just simulated and fake. I didn't realize I had to go and do research on it when I heard about this in the Cirrus aircraft. But that aircraft actually have parachutes to bring them down. I suppose it actually makes quite a bit of sense to me if you ask, especially depending on what kind of failure that you're expecting. A lot of these aircraft I know can glide for miles and miles and miles, so it really depends on the scenario. But this aircraft is going to be boasting a fully functional parachute, so I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of screenshots of people popping it just because. However, the overall screenshots for the aircraft look wonderful. The detail seems to be right on point with what we expect from Microsoft Flight Simulator. Tiny little aircraft, but definitely looks like something that would be a lot of fun to go sightseeing in, given that incredibly large glass canopy. Field of view is going to be fantastic on it. Absolutely fantastic. So we'll sort of peruse through these. As you guys can see, they look wonderful. The detail, the depth, the shadowing, all the edge work that's been done on this aircraft look wonderful. So yeah, I think this is going to be another one that I'm going to be picking up because I think it's going to be quite a bit of fun to try out. It kind of reminds me of an old Katana, to be truthfully. Anyways, let me know what you guys are going to be thinking about the FS Reborn Sting 4. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm absolutely intrigued. Last thing I wanted to show you guys was introducing SimpleFcu, a new dedicated autopilot controller. Now this is pretty cool. I'm always looking for new controllers. I am always on the hunt for new hardware and hardware innovations and anything that can make the flight simulation experience better. Now, I do like what they've done here with the design. There are a couple things that have me a little on the skeptic side here, and that is, like, for example, when you take a look at the knobs from this point of view, they don't look like you can push them or pull them, and that is a function that I'm kind of curious how they're going to get around in regard to being able to control the autopilot in the A320 as you have both the open and managed descent modes. So kind of wondering what's going on with that, if that's an option, if that's something that we're going to be able to see. Instead of a rotary here, I think it would have been cool to see a vertical wheel for the vertical speed as we would expect to see, but well, actually no, for the Airbus, maybe that's not right. I've been spending a lot of time in the 737, so you guys have to forgive me. Now, the one thing I do love is having all of the layouts right here on the ready for you. Now, let's go ahead and see what we got as far as price point goes. Now, this thing is shipping at $149. I will be completely honest, and saying that I think that price is a little on the high side. There are quite a few other autopilot solutions out there that are significantly cheaper. So it's going to be one of those ones that I'm kind of interested to see. I will be watching for reviews on this before I buy one. There's a couple different autopilot controls that I personally got my eye on, and we'll be bringing those to the channel here pretty soon. But let me know what you guys think of this, and if this is something that you're going to want to have on your flight sim rig. All right, my friends. Well, that is going to wrap it up for today's news and updates. I hope you guys are enjoying the latest world update. I certainly am. It's been an absolute blast flying around the Italian countryside. It's stunning. Gosh, the architecture is so stunning in this area. Not to mention just the amount of green. The joys of living in the desert, huh? Anyways, I hope that you guys found some useful information in today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below. As always, stay safe and healthy. Be on the lookout for a 737 tutorial guide coming very, very quick for the PMDG 737. I am hauling tail on that. That's why my recordings have been a little bit on the sporadic side, and that's just because I've been trying to get the PDF guide put together for PMDG's 737. So to Patreon subscribers, be on the lookout for that. I appreciate all the continued support on both Patreon and here on the channel. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you for all the best wishes to my family and I on the recovery from our illness. As always, guys, stay safe and healthy yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.